That checkup. Holy
the
crap.
three drivers looks like going
Checkers
home.
are records,
Ryan
boys.
Ferrero, Ben Keeney,
Checkers are
and
records.
Dylan.
Yeah, I don't know what
Hopefully they
Go
can
get
come back.
I'm assuming this
2
is
weeks.
second gear?
Hopefully we see them back in the field. But the 43 car field is set, and the pace car is taking the left-hand down pit
maybe.
road. The drivers are coming to the green flag. The green is out.
Yeah.
We're underway here at Auto Club.
And already the number 6 going down all the way on the apron comes out to cut off Gavin Rogers heading off that second line. But don't look now, Ryan Kelly in the 3 is looking to the inside, can't quite make the hook up. The 6 is going to occupy that middle lane as he comes out of turn 2.
Go inside.
Back stretch for lap 1.
Clear,
Gavin
clear.
Rogers on the tail of the number 6 Lucky Charms cars and get ready to dive into turn 3. A lot of draft, a lot of big runs can happen down that back stretch. Gavin Rogers straight to the bottom of the track, trying to look to take the lead. But it looks like the number 6 pole setter of Chad Wiltz will lead lap 1 here at Auto Club as they're all fanning out behind them, coming out of turn 4. We are 3 wide down the front stretch.
48.
Chad Wilkes maybe playing leading single wide, but they fan out. They start going 2 wide. 4th on back, and then 3 wide, a couple rows further on back, and it is absolute chaos and anarchy as these drivers try and file and work their way around each other. And look at that, already the top 10 look like they're getting ready to go single file. But right now, the battle for the lead, the 75, giving a heavy push to the 6. But look at that, still 3 wide going around 3 and 4.
Yeah, coming down forward, riding around with Brian McCann and Ryan Kelly here, still side by side. Pretty much the entire field still double file racing all the way back. Top 3 or 4 cars still in single files. They try to pull away from these drivers. But, I mean, as you can see, these cars are all fanning out all across the track. Every lane can work here, just a matter of how you can pull it off. If the car gets a little loose there, that's Douglas Newbigging able to save it, though, as he files right back in line, leading that inside line on the backstretch here as they dive into turn 3.
Oh man, look at how many positions that number 7 lost. Even though he's on the inside, the shortest way around the track, he still lost a good 2 or 3 positions, as it looks like he's not going to be able to stop the bleeding. Oh, there he is. He cuts him off. That number 10 in the top goes down low. Douglas Newbigging, very aggressive block early on this.
It wasn't us, Cedric. I don't think.
Are y'all good?
Nah, we good. I'm good. I think Steve's made it.
Yeah, we're all good.
On the track here as lap 4.
No, we're good.
Had a short run here for the green flag.
We did it.
A lot of cars on the field or on the track here, so we'll have a replay here shortly of what happened to bring out this
There's still
caution.
time, don't worry.
Some great racing all throughout the field, and that's the
Yeah,
great
still
thing
got
about
like
next year
100,
here at Auto Club. It's just
15 laps
the
there.
fantastic racing these cars are dropping. Looks like it was way back.
This is where the fan
Holy
throws the
crap.
cheese
Only done
over
5
the fence and you hit it and it destroys your steering.
4 laps.
Now we've done 3. We're on 4 right now. We've been pacing all of 4.
We're just getting out of 4, and especially with how
I thought we was already halfway over with.
Yeah, it felt like it was a long time.
right there, you got a little loose.
I wonder how much.
I was put top of 3 wide before going in turn 1. So.
Oh, he just
How
got a
much
little
that
loose,
would have
got a
changed your career.
And then I was middle of 3 wide going into 3.
21. So Ollie
Let's ask
Fisick,
Trevor
unfortunately, getting
Bain.
a little piece of that as well. But look
20
at
years
that
old.
already. The caution comes out at lap 6.
She would have got
Already
rushed the cup even quicker
driving
somehow.
really aggressively. Richard, how do you kind of take this with the caution at lap 25?
Which you don't make it up to 4th.
7.
It's early wreck, a lot of aggression for a lot of people, but that just seemed like got a little loose and no room was given. That's just going to happen. So not really any strategy about this right now. Everyone's just going to kind of race. We do have a 120 lap race, and by the way, I forgot to mention that the stage will be lap 25. They do have one stage here in WSSR. The fuel window is about 48 to 52 laps, and they do have 5 sets of tires, 4 sets of tires in the pits.
Tyler, you'll be happy to know that I didn't have any damage after that contact, so hopefully you're okay.
A great time to pit. Still a long stage to go.
Yeah, I got a 0x from it, and I didn't feel anything different with my car. With my car, and your car didn't feel or look any different either. So I'm glad no damage came from it.
So being able to be behind people is going to help you out a lot.
Yeah, I'm
more
not sure what
and
happened
stay
there. It was
away from
damn
that
accordion all the way to the drop of the green.
Oh, that's a little bit easier said than done, Richard. You know, this.
I'm glad we both
you
walked away from it.
Pick a side on either being really aggressive and making those positions
I know, I'm
early,
really
or
trying not to be
being
Vinny.
conservative and saving the tires, anticipating a long run. You know, sometimes you, especially here at Auto Club,
pick a number 1 or 2.
Long run,
1 or 2, you get wrecked.
Prepare yourself so you don't run the tires as hard. You don't run the
3,
car as hard.
1.
Trying to save your car for the end. And with these cautions, you can't do that. You start
Whoop, you're
falling,
dead.
you start losing those spots, and it becomes more and more critical as these cautions could possibly start adding up. These cautions tend to
42, 23,
as they get side by side, and we're 1 to go.
Yeah, 1 to go here as we follow the pace car there side by side. Didn't seem like a lot of cars pit. Didn't expect it this early in the race or in the stage run still. So going to have 19 laps when they come to the green flag for the rest of this
I wonder
stage.
if we could pay McCann to do an official race.
But
His iRating has been
really
5,001
on the pole,
since I met him.
Gavin Rogers at bay. So we'll see what we can do on the restart here.
I think he's been racing with us for like well over a year.
Or if Gavin can,
He could probably get it up more. I mean, he's good enough.
Oh no, that's the thing. Yeah, so it's like he's a legit like 6,500 iRating guy. He just stays at that 5,001.
The leader at least can choose lane.
Wonder why.
I think later on.
Yeah, it's weird to be a 5K driver and be a sleeper, you know.
Right.
Almost as we qualify.
What the hell was the 35 doing?
Off in the pole position. Gavin Rogers there in
You
the
see that, Wade?
Nick Crawford
Yeah.
there also on the inside behind the number 6. We have a lot of racing yet to go. But
He
the
must
lights
have thought
are-
Cam was going low.
He's getting ready to head to pit road.
Yeah, pace car coming.
Checkers or wreckers, boys.
Checkers or wreckers.
Checker, wrecker.
Coming up to the restart zone. It
We're
is
in.
all in the hands of Chad Wilkes as we get ready to drop
Gone.
the green flag. And we are green. The cars have fired. Chad with the jump, going to maintain the lead and jump right back up in front of Gavin Rogers. They get ready to head down into turn 1 for the restart.
Oh, there it is. Nick Crawford getting side by side with the 75. So you have the 74, 75, door to door. Oh, Ben Campbell with a huge checkup coming out of 2 in the 15. That also. Oh, there it is.
Oh, shit. Cleared myself.
Not clear.
Yep, that's my bad, man.
Now Gavin
I was
Rogers
not.
has
He was
been
correct.
able to edge out the 74 for second place, but don't look far. The 2. Connor Berry, rookie there, sitting there in front.
Yeah, Connor Berry showing that he's here for a reason, and that's the race and race up front.
He cut me a break too, so.
And it's still just on Hornets. It looks like Gavin Rogers is making the move to the inside. The challenge for the lead from Chad Wilkes and be able to do it. No!
Still there.
He's able to clear him. He's going to have to file right back in.
Little does he know you don't cut brakes.
I'm putting a lot of the positions that I'm in because I do.
Clear. 75 going into 3, and now the 74 who hasn't had that draft down the backstretch will fall back almost to 4th, but as he's battled side by side with the 02, we are still side by side further on back. The battle for it looks like 7th, the 7 and the 15, the 27. Pushing hard down the front stretch, trying to edge their way ever forward, and then 3 wide behind them as they go into turn 1.
Still there. Behind them as they are all scattering for position, trying to get everything that they possibly can. And, you know, this might not be a super speedway race like Daytona or Talladega, but draft is still a massive factor in on this track because it is so long with such a long straightaway, and the long straightaway in the front as well, even though it is a turn. Like every opportunity you can get to gain more speed, that draft is going to be necessary. You get caught out, you're just going to get past like everybody that are lined up using each other to try to get faster. As we look back, big Hornets snatch right back behind there. Still 2x2 pretty much throughout the field, and there is the feeding across the massive wide turns of Auto Club.
And you see there Danny Cochran in the number 2, the purple 4 Dark Horse with the 77 as well. Look at that. The momentum the outside line has as we were riding online with the 25 of Cody Reed. who also won his race there in Atlanta a couple weeks ago. So he's also working really well, trying to keep his momentum up through this series on the third race of the series. But as they cross the front straightaway, we're starting to get a little ironed out here as Gavin Rogers looks to make a move for the lead of the number 6. Look at this. He is side by side coming out of turn 2.
Side by side again, trying to make that move for the lead, but just that outside line gets the momentum out of the turn. It's kind of like you have to make that pass in the middle of the turn and make sure you clear them coming out, because if you don't, that's what's going to happen. You're just going to sit there and just lose all that ground that you were trying to gain. So Gavin's got a lot of work to do to try to make that pass happen, but Chad Wilkes sitting comfortably in first right now, and Gavin just kind of riding around there and trapped in second.
Yeah, Gavin Rogers right now, I think he's just learning. He's collecting data, as a lot of these drivers are. As we look, it looks like Nick Crawford has finally been able to settle his settle down there in the 4th spot behind 0-2 of Ronald Berry. But again, going back to Gavin Rogers, I think he's learning that.
I didn't mean to hit that. I'm on that new wheel and I don't know where my buttons are.
Do you think, Richard, we can see the classic slide jump? We're going to see a little bit of dirt racing action
the other button.
if we're going to make that move, since the outside line does have all that extra momentum. As we see here, the 25 going way up the track and trying to look their way around these drivers, trying to make that spot back, and here they are. Oh, car in the wall.
Wrecking though,
And they are
in the grass.
Out of 4, huge wreck as he hit the wall, caught massive air. Levi Cox and Tom Sinchek, massive wreck coming out of 4.
Tom, did I just see you do what I think you did?
Clear. You know, Richard, that happened out of the racing.
Oh, rest in peace, brother.
On the grass, and they got going and up to speed before they actually merged onto the racing surface. So, like you said, they are going green. Look at the 24 open 3 wide going into turn 3, coming out of 4. And again, we're seeing some of these drivers fall back that were aggressive. Some of these other conservative drivers start moving their way forward on lap 13, coming to lap 14. Rich, we have only about 12 laps until the stage. Are we going to see a little more aggressive driving for some of these top 10 drivers?
It might be only 12 laps for the end of the stage, but this is still a 2-mile track. There's still a lot of racing, and Zach Hall getting a little loose there in turn 2. You know, it's kind of expected with how hot this track is and just how this track runs. So, still a lot of side-by-side racing. People trying to dive and get the positions they can. But, I mean, we could get 4 and 5 wide at times. We've seen it, you know, a few times already in this race as they're 3 wide. But Zach Hall doing what he can to try to get up to that field, trying to get those stage points. Stage points can mean a lot when it comes to a championship run. And Zach would know since he was our defending champion at the moment.
Go there on the bottom. Exactly, definitely know. And you saw him shoving the 2 into turn 1. He was still kind of in a mess with Dakota Reed, Danny Cochran, the 77 of, I think that's Drew Drua, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sorry, James Scioli, and he is pushing hard, but there it is again, the outside line able to prevail. Look at that, the 38 of Christopher Norris making an aggressive move. Oh no, there's a mess right there. Oh, James Scioli does not know what to do. It looks like they're going to work themselves out of turn 4 onto the front stretch. And look there, we are riding on board with the 77. Richard, look at that, the outside line all lined up. A couple of drivers trying to make the inside line work, as we see there, a huge dive by the number 1 to get past the 2. But yeah, oh, look at that. He's going to wash himself up, cut up in front of the 25. And the 25 with the momentum, going to cut up. And look at that, just like that, Richard. A move could either make or break a spot. And we saw it right there with the number 1.
Get back. Cody Reed doing a great job getting the momentum out of the turn to get the pass on to Zach Hall. He's giving a challenge to Zach, though. Zach not giving up. Going to have the run a little bit coming out of 4, but it looks like he's going to stick it on the bumper and fall on one around. James Scioli right there also hunting to try to get the passes as well. They're both some of the fastest drivers here at times and trying to get up there to that top 10 because, again, stage points are only worth the top 10 drivers. So it is a mad dash with only just under 10 laps to go until the end of the stage.
As we are following the battle with Zach Hall, a change in leadership has occurred. The 6 has fallen back. You see him now in 4th as they go into turn 3. The 75 of Gavin Rogers really charging hard, but the hero of the story right now is the O2 of Connor Berry, really leading this pack, and there it is, the 74 of Nick Crawford behind him as well. And here you see the top 3 cars all lined up, having that momentum. 75 kind of hung out to dry, doesn't have the speed or the momentum. He's going to try to follow the line and maybe make a move here in turn 1, but here we are, side by side for the lead here at Auto Club, Richard. This is exactly as everyone expects. Oh, as everyone gets a little close to the 6 there.
Yeah, Connor Berry doing a phenomenal job as a rookie. Showed a lot of speed last week at Pocono, and he's doing it again here at Auto Club, leading in stage 1. But he is being challenged by the likes of Crawford, Holstetter Wilkes, Gavin Rogers, and even Ryan Kelly and Brian McCann showing up in the picture, and even Douglas Newbigin back there, kind of lurking. Everyone's trying to get this top 10, and even that stage win. Gavin's still stuck down on the bottom there, no help. Hoping to get somebody to step out of line and help him out a little bit. But he's got to pull the line there on the bottom of the track as they exit turn 2.
The 88 of Drew Jewett, last week's winner, coming in, trying to help him out. But it just, and look at that, the power of that outside line. It's just so, ridiculously overpowering to anyone trying to get past the inside. And here we are going into 3, coming out of 4. They are almost 3, 4 wide, and this is for second, third position. They're still on each other. Richard, it is amazing the product this next gen car on the same ride out, especially tracks like here at Auto Club.
Take my momentum.
Inside is clear. Still inside. Over, and that is the battle for stage points with still 6 laps to go in the stage.
6 laps to go. This is go time now if you want to get your stage points, and that is what everyone behind is trying to do, is they're fanning out double wide, trying to get the passes in. But, I mean, it's, again, top 10. That's what everyone's aiming for at this point. You're close to the top 10. It's time to go. It's, you know, a lot of people are going to sit in the back, try to hang out, not worry about getting us top 10 because they know they can't worry for the points. Now it's just survival. But they're coming out 3 wide out of turn 4 as they cross the line a couple rows. Decided to work it out, getting back 2 wide or in single file.
Trevor, no.
Go there.
Still leading this.
I ain't got no grip.
Job. But still has Nick Crawford just kind of right in his shadow. Nick's gonna make a move, try to get the side draft down the backstretch.
Still there. They're on the bottom.
Side by side, he might be able to pull this off as they get ready to go into turn 3. As they side by side, Nick Crawford and Connor Berry.
Nick Crawford noses ahead of Connor Berry as they turn into turn 3. And Richard, you and I have experienced how strong the side draft is in this car. Oh, there was a huge slide coming out of 4. I didn't see what car that was, but that was an amazing save. That might have been the 74. There is the 75 of Gavin Rogers to take that spot. Oh, looks like Chad Wilkes is going to try to attack on the outside, as well as the number 6 goes against the wall. And we are side by side, 5, 6 rows deep here at Auto Club with 4 laps to go in the stage. The 75 of Gavin Rogers takes the lead, but fights back is the Connor Berry O2 machine, and he is still going to lead us into turn 3.
Connor Berry still leading the able to get the lead back, but Gavin Rogers with a great run into the turn, finally able to clear Connor Berry as he takes the lead with only 3 laps to go in the stage as they cross the line. Phenomenal racing up here in the front. Everyone shuffling back and forth, passing for the lead, passing for 4th and 5th. This race is nowhere close to over in this stage.
It is time to go, and these drivers are getting it done. Look at this, 3 laps to go in this stage. These stage points mean so much right now. You see Gavin Rogers being really defensive down the backstretch, trying to make sure and cut off that inside line as he still takes about a lane up on the inside. And like you said, Richard, there's really all going on. As we see, the O2 looks like of Connor Berry bounce off for more contact. They're fanning out. There's a wreck coming out of turn 4.
Still there. Too wide.
I'm trying lifting, I'm sorry.
Could be a caution. Caution out. You gotta look at your data.
That will be the stage.
42.35. We got a bit of a stickler here in the pits, guys. So let's make sure we're minding our P's and Q's here.
Well, that's one way to lose stage points.
Hit the wall.
All right, buddy. Line up behind the gate.
Right hooked a little bit up into the wall. So,
I overdrove it and got in the wall, but if I wasn't in the wall, there wasn't nowhere for me to go anyway.
Watch the replay. Just kind of shuffling all over the place. Oh, it was way further
Brian
back in
McCann,
the
get up
field.
here.
You got.
Yeah, I don't know. Looks like Brian McCann might have started it as an accordion effect. He bounced off the wall out of 4, had to slow up, went across
What brought
the
out
track
the
and
caution?
went down.
Yeah, there's a guy sliding sideways on the front stretch. No big contact.
And down the running order.
Like several of us got in the wall, and I didn't have anywhere to go when to come off of it, so I just kind of got stuck and slid back.
Camry.
Lost like 7
Oh man,
spots there.
this still side by side, still going.
They're hard to pass, or is
Oh,
that just
there it
me?
is. That's the 46.
On the inside,
It
yeah.
looks
Like the only
oh,
passes I
the
made
50
was on the
gets
outside.
into the 67.
Yeah.
So again, that must
And
have
it was
been
more
the
just people
result
going
of
for
some
passes
sort of
on the inside,
checkup
not
out of
making it, and
turn
then I
4.
took the spot.
But a really bizarre turn of events. But look at that, Gavin Rogers.
New
made
Bigging
his
was
move
able
at
to
the
get up
right
there
time to gain
eventually,
six
and
points.
Sora was able to get up there eventually,
There it
but they were working at it like the
Comes
entire
across the
time.
track, and oh no!
The outside?
Inside.
Oh, the inside, yeah.
The other cars, Richard. That's what
wonder how
these
much
high
damage I've
speed
got.
tracks do. It looks so
Might as well
big.
get it fixed
it
now.
looks
I've got,
so wide when
you know,
you're in these
95
cars.
laps
Oh
to get
man,
it taken care
coming
of.
up across the track.
An
before
arrow is
the
going to be
field
such a
clear.
big thing here.
You know, some of these reactions takes just fractions of a second to make.
Yeah, definitely. It's just unfortunate situation there, just some checkups and everything. But here we are. We are into the stage. Gavin Rogers, your stage 1 winner, as everybody's coming in to get pit stops done. Let's see if we can find Gavin here. We can pull him up into the booth. Give a little talk with him.
Now, come on, turn in.
So let's let him make his pit stop first. Let's hopefully gets
I don't think we
gets
have any
on
major
the track.
concerns.
17 seconds. I don't think it's
Richard,
worth
you
getting
and I
fixed
both
right
have
now.
experienced heartbreak on pit road, and just a lapse of judgment or experience, or just losing focus for that little bit can definitely mess up.
89, 90.
He wins the race on pit road as they are 3 wide behind.
98, 89.
That's a good
Alright,
place
yeah.
spot.
So we were
This
good
is
on
gonna be
tires.
fun
It
as
just
they line up behind him.
93, 95.
Able to get the win or the race off pit road.
Yeah, track position is going to mean a lot because I could only get up to like 33rd and then it just stalled out.
Okay, we'll be able to talk to him later in the race.
wish you had told me that before I
Fantastic showing.
spent 17 seconds in the pit.
Great job.
I thought you said it wasn't worth taking it.
No, I said it was because I had 95 laps to go, and then you're like, well, track position's everything.
And you know that. I thought
Oh man, got 15 behind me. I'm done for tonight.
Oh, yeah,
Gavin
just
Rogers
pack it
fell
up.
back as far down as
Give me your
fourth
extra tires.
position, especially about halfway through that stage. I don't know if he made a mistake.
That would have been my
or
first
was
stage
trying to
points,
save
like maybe in forever
purposely,
for this
but
league.
he ends up making it work and winning that stage with the.
All right, looks like you're going to be lining up behind the 53.
No, wait. We got Atlanta last year.
Oh yeah, that's right. I might have gotten Dover too before I
Yeah, it was
wrecked
a
and got put on the
fantastic
poster.
end to the stage.
All right, Earl, buddy. This restart's going to be important,
Right into
as
the
you guys know,
stage,
so we
we're
got to make
getting
sure we're on our
ready
game
to
here.
Put on the poster.
Lining up on the outside. Looks like you'll be lining up behind the 4.
So,
He just absolutely
Carl,
murdered
some
Forbes.
takeaways for stage 1 there.
15.8,
A lot of patience by a lot of drivers up front and waiting for the last.
To be fair, when I
last
wrecked, I was
moments
in
there
the
to
top
make
10.
their moves. So, any thoughts on what the drivers can do or change for this
Fair enough.
longer part of the race of 95 laps?
Well, Richard, I think the mentality changes entirely. 25 laps here at Auto Club, 50 miles. It's not a long time here at this track with roughly about 40 seconds lap times. It's very quick. So now you have to focus on the long part of this race. Yes, these drivers have the tires. That opens up the strategy for the tire.
Damn, how many
wear,
people
but
wrecked
the
out?
fuel's
We're all the
gonna
way
be
back
more
here and we're
important.
still in,
I
like,
think,
25th.
We get
I thought we'd have been in, like,
40,
40th.
What, 40, 50 some
Some
laps
people picked up
of
damage or
fuel.
something.
So they were definitely going to have to make.
I don't think anyone's really,
pit stop.
maybe like one person wrecked out.
It's going to be hard to say. The stage 1 is completely different.
I am
from
far
stage
enough
2,
back, it's not
and we're
showing
gonna
the pace
just
car, the
sit
car's in
here
front,
and
so
watch
it feels like
unfold,
I'm
Richard,
closer
as
than
we
I
come to
am.
green.
Yeah, green flag pit stops could definitely be a thing here now, as their fuel window is anywhere between 48 to 52
Come up there, boy.
laps. So with the 90,
Where are you, Stitz?
around 90 to 94
25th.
laps of green flag racing.
He's about
Here's
3
the
cars
green
in front of
car
me.
dives off the track. It
That's
could
where
be
I am.
some great green flag.
Oh, I'm in 34th.
Rogers firing off as we go green to
Damn.
start the last stage
Sorry.
of the race. Gavin with a massive jump.
Race Labs has me
lead
up
this
by
to
like
race.
11 positions wrong.
1, 3,
Well, and look
too
at
wide
that. The number
inside.
6 did not get going very well. You
Still
saw
there.
the 7 pretty much push the 6 all the way into turn 1
Still
as
there,
they are
no hole
3
yet.
wide for second place. 6 against the wall, and these drivers are trying to warm up
No
these tires,
hole.
get some grip in the car. But the one driver who's
One
not struggling right
inside.
now is the 75 of Gavin Rogers.
Still on your inside.
The 3 of Ryan
Clear
Kelly
low.
close behind in second place with the side-by-side for
Outside.
third.
And Gavin right there trying to put the
Door
draft
outside.
into another lane to pull another car up to keep those guys side by
Still
side. Because
outside.
if they can stay side by side, that puts them slower than if they were single file
Still
trying to
there
catch
outside.
Gavin. So doing a good job trying to control the field. And it looks like everybody's kind of fading out. It looks like it's a
42,
lot as
6,
aggressive
door
this start
outside.
as how we've seen the past 2 starts already. But still fading out. That's your Auto Club. That's your Auto Club look right there. Those turns, cars almost
Still
going
out
3
there.
and 4 wide in the turns, but able to still sort out.
Still there on your quarter outside.
Doug, I think you're on the wrong type of track. You probably belong on dirt.
And these drivers know now that they have the long haul ahead of them. And automatically, you mentioned it, Richard, it's much less.
I feel I was going to do that this run.
Nearly as hectic as it has been.
Clear.
As we go 3 wide with the 21 back there in the middle down the front straightaway. And here it is, the double
21, you push a little bit there.
well, trying to make a move.
40.8,
And they're going to go into 3 wide. And it's still very, very little room between these drivers to figure out how they're going to come out of turn 2, but it looks like they're going to figure it out. The 73
There.
losing some
That's
speed
good
on that
job.
outside line.
Yeah, it looks like we have one car that just dove to the inside, way in the back, but it is just a hornet's nest all the way in the back of the field. Just fantastic racing by
Outside.
everybody, all across the field also.
Still there.
But
Clear
just
outside.
everyone doing a really good job, kind of staying off each other with a lot of respect.
41, you're blinking
People
some
tapping the wall
off.
a
I
little,
can't
just
tell where
stuff
you're
that
at.
happened, But just great driving by
Still out there.
everybody.
You know, and
40.6,
honestly, this
gain,
doesn't
still
really
outside.
surprise me. It wasn't a
Clear
lot.
high, clear high,
There haven't been a lot of
outside.
cautions in these previous
I wasn't trying to be a prick about it.
Still there on
It
your
just scared
quarter
me.
outside.
I think there might have been
That's what done
two
you.
Still out there.
cautions, for
Corner,
instance,
clear.
Pocono, 2 cautions.
Danny, you're an
So
asshole.
here we are at
Inside.
Yeah, Danny, don't talk about like that.
Still there.
Keep yourself
It's
safe,
definitely
Mark.
gonna
Clear all
try to
around.
green, go
Inside.
long. So the mentality, Richard,
You're gonna eat the bag,
Still
yeah.
inside.
here at
Hi,
Auto
Barry, on
Club
pit road.
and the track that is so
Still
big.
inside.
Yeah, but you ate the pit wall.
Inside is clear.
Just not as
I told you to
aggressive
shut up.
Right around right now with Jared Hughes, riding back in the 22nd position. As you see the field starting to line up. Like we're kind of expecting this race to eventually get to, but
Oh, I'm
they've
Cody
gotta
Reed,
find
I'm
their
so slow.
positions on the track that they like to run. Some people like running in the middle, low, outside.
Looking at the
everywhere
inside.
you can run here at
Why do you have
Auto
to jinx
Club.
me?
Inside.
That was
Still
what bad.
inside. Stay
Car
winning.
was down low. Looked like someone
Still
disappeared.
inside.
And there we are. You know, oh, there it is. More.
It's a pretty spectacular save, though.
Folks, that is a little bit of connection issues with those vehicles.
I think we're
And
four. Inside,
It's
inside.
crazy that, you know,
Here it
Richard,
comes.
Netco
Still inside.
hasn't said
40.8.
you don't want to race
4-1.
around those guys because you
Still
never know
inside
where
the
the
door.
car could materialize in that virtual space. There it is. A huge move by Danny
inside.
Cochran in the 2. Look at that momentum. Look at that positions that he gained there, Richard. What a great move by the
Still
number
inside.
2.
Huge move from Danny Cochran, taking the inside of 2 cars, 3 wide, and still able to maintain the momentum as they get ready to
Still
go
on your
into turn 3 here. Danny, a fantastic move on John Forbes and Justin Malarkey to take that 31st position. Still, I mean, that's pretty far back in the field, but that's still some great racing. These guys are not giving up. They want to get up there. They want a chance to win this race. And Danny Cochran is definitely one of those drivers. He always likes to make moves in the race to try to make his way through the field. As we ride along now with the 22 of William McKellar IV. He's doing a pretty good job up there on the outside, riding back here in the 35th position.
On the inside.
So a lot of these drivers, you know, the race is nowhere close to over,
Still inside.
and just got to make the right moves at the right times and hope you get a little bit of luck as well.
Well,
Clear
and
inside.
see, there's no way to anticipate the right times for the right moves. We've seen it multiple times earlier where you may be thinking one thing and your driver is thinking another, and you don't quite see eye to eye on a move, and it just doesn't end up very well. But these drivers, as we watch them fan out 2 or 3 wide, they are much closer than I would anticipate, especially 15 laps or so into this one. As we see a wreck, there it is, smoke in the back, a hard hit to the outside wall. I think that may be the number, it's not the 8 of McCann, but I don't know what happened there. Well, maybe getting a little loose out of 2, ending up in the wall, but there's the 41 limping around the track right now, trying to make his way to pit road.
41 of Cameron Thompson looked like he got a little loose coming out of turn 2 and might have tried to overcorrect a little bit. Kind of shot him back up into the field and into the wall. But looks like everybody was able to get around pretty clean for the most part. No caution still. Still impressive to see that no caution happened. But looks like everybody's still kind of chugging along. So, you know, that caution didn't come out. These guys are hurting. They're going to be hoping for a caution now later because they're out of the draft. They've got damage they want to heat or get repaired. They're just hoping for something to happen now for their race to be saved.
Oh, look at the 42 at the moment there, coming out of 4. It looks like into the number 4. Had to get out of it, lost a ton of track position for it. But as we look, if we go back to the front of the field, Gavin Rogers is in command, but not for sure. The number 3 of Ryan Kelly has been stalking that bumper ever so slowly, as you see him creep up there up the backstretch, using that draft, using that slipstream, and letting the 75 go to the inside and roll the corner. Be a little more aggressive. See how the 3 kind of delays that entry a little bit, cuts it off just maybe about the 3/4 mark, and then drives off. Richard, with the way, so many different ways you can drive this track, which way do you think is going to save tire better? Do you think Gavin Rogers is trying to save a little bit, or do you think maybe Ryan Kelly is trying to use that drive, save fuel, save tire? Which side would you play here?
You know, I've raced with Gavin quite a bit. He's very, very good at the long run and tire saving. So, I feel like Gavin knows exactly what he's doing. Ryan Kelly also one of those long run drivers as well. I know he's one that Gavin likes to look out for in the long races, the long runs of green flag racing. So both of these guys doing exactly what they need to do. Trying to use that inside line. It's a little slow. You don't have the speed coming out of the turn, but you're not putting the stress and the pressure on the tires as well. So they're saving a little bit of tire.
Guys, kind of figured out.
We don't need to drive.
41.125.
But Connor Berry there getting passed on the inside by the 51 and the 7, looking to make the pass as well. Connor Berry kind of starting to fall a little bit.
And that 51, as you saw Vincent Soar, that was a textbook move here at Auto Club. He was able to have the momentum, dove to the inside line, make the pass, and cut up in front of the 0-2 before the 0-2 pass, making that pass. And you see the 7 of Douglas Nibbigan trying to make the move as well, trying to get that side draft on the quarter panel of Connor Berry as well. So Connor Berry looking like he's worse for wear so far on the long run, as we are already almost 20 laps into this green flag stint.
Still inside.
Are you down on power, Tom? I'm pushing the wrong car.
No.
Almost 20.
Yeah, speed no good.
We
got big damage.
He's starting to falter just a little bit. You know, hopefully he can figure out what he was doing wrong and maybe picks it up. But this is Sora up 12 positions, started back in the 16th, now riding around in the 4th. Vincent Sora, another one of those drivers to keep an eye on. He loves driving or loves these long green flag runs as well. He's really fast and can save tires at the same time. That's a dangerous combination. As Connor Berry trying to startle the beast there, trying to make a move, but he's getting a move taken done on him by James Scioli.
James Scioli, I think his name has been mentioned about a dozen times in each of these last 2 races. This guy has been able to run his way up front, stay up front, definitely make waves up in the top 5, in the top 10. But right now you see that, look at that, 2 to the inside, 3 to the outside, and look at that, 3 wide as well behind them. And they may be going 4 wide on the exit, as we see the 25 Cody Reed on the outside, the 13 Hello Kitty pink machine in the middle there, coming out of 3. And look at that, they are going to totally almost annihilate that wall coming out of turn 4, and they somehow organized and figured it out going into turn one. Oh, look at that, the 68 of Jared Hughes. Also trying to make it to the inside. Some more action further on back in this pack, and there it is. Richard, this is, you can't sleep on this track. You cannot sleep. You cannot rest. No matter if you're watching this or racing it, it is always action-packed here.
It is a whole bunch of action here. This racing right here, this is in the middle of the pack. This is not for the lead. This is not for the top 5. This is back at 18th. These guys are racing for 18th position. Like they're not giving any inch. It's great to see. They're not sitting there riding around in the line. They're wanting to race, make the passes where they want to do. And it looks like they're all starting to calm down just a little bit, but every single one of these guys are still a contender. Cedric Hunter right there, another long run driver. He's known for running really well with tire saving as well. So it'll be good to see him make his way through the field. Because he's like 6th position when he started 21st.
And Cedric Hunter, refresh my memory, Richard, but I think he was a front runner as well last season for the championship. So he's had a rocky start so far, I think, with a couple of wrecks.
Outside. One outside. Only one outside right now. Clear high, clear high.
Sorry, Stitz. I went to fill that hole, and then you didn't have any room to go.
They're good. He just lit right up in front of me and hit the wall, and I couldn't.
Yeah, I was behind, so then I go low, and then that's when you're coming right back up.
It's really weird. I didn't feel any contact
you
from you
wrecked
at all.
Pretty much.
Clear.
Well, that ain't nothing to you. Doesn't surprise me at this point.
This place has a tunnel.
Oh, wait.
Well, not anymore since it don't exist, but
Too bad we got 80 laps left.
Shit.
See what you got going on there. You're
Man, what was he doing?
41.712.
I was spinning out either way, Ken, so you just helped me around.
Save their tires, so we'll see what all the drivers do.
Inside.
You know, their
teamwork
pace
makes
is
the dream work.
increasing.
Still inside.
Probably kept me out of more troubles at that.
So that's probably
Clear.
where they're going to be saving a lot of their tires. Not going to get this, the run down the straightaways as we see Joshua Canada kind of pulling away from Cedric Hunter there a little bit. But we're up here back up front. As Connor Berry still trying to make some moves. Shane Terrian now up here challenging for the top 5. With Douglas Newbanking as well. So these guys, they are not giving up. We still got a lot of racing to go before green flag pit stops.
41.4.
So we still got about, let's say about 25, 20-ish, sorry, 30 laps to go till green flag pit stop. So I think it's going to be a good time to kind of take a break. Let's see what these drivers can do. Let's take a great time for this commercial break.
Clear outside.
But we're doing a fantastic job. We'll be right back, guys. Enjoy the racing on side-by-side, and we'll come back to you guys after the small break.
.442.
Are you like killed, Stitz?
It drives fine. RPM seem fine. I'm catching the caught and passed one guy in the back, so I think it's okay.
6.9. Still inside.
You know where you hit me?
In and out. In and out.
I have no idea, because every time I think I know something, I say the exact wrong thing.
No hole. No hole.
Where has he not hit you? That's the real question.
Clear.
That's good.
I'm hoping it was just netcode or something like stupid.
I checked and so I got like a 4X out of it, but it says that I'm perfectly fine. So maybe a lot of it was netcode.
Quarter.
I mean, we crunched pretty good, but it wasn't
Outside quarter.
Yeah.
nothing super awful, I would have said I hit you on your right front, but I don't know.
Still outside. Clear high. Outside. Still out there. Still out there.
Yeah, you don't ever pay attention when you're wrecking someone. Last week he said the guy was turned to the left and he was on his driver door and it ended up being the passenger
That's
door.
exactly what I'm thinking of when I say I say the wrong thing.
Still there.
All he knows is he's tearing some stuff up. That's it.
.92, working the outside. Clear high.
Man, Race Labs is so messed up. I haven't been in the right position this entire run.
Inside. Still there at your door. Clear inside. 41.786. He's there outside. Still outside. Still out there. Still there. Clear up top. Outside.
And welcome back. As you guys were watching, as we had the commercials going, a lot of shuffling around with the drivers, still able to keep it straight, still under green, but they are not giving an inch up here in the lead as we're riding around Terrain at the moment. It does start to look like tires are becoming an issue. A lot of drivers getting loose, trying to save their cars. So the question is, do you want to come for tires, or are you still trying to go for that fuel window? As a couple cars still getting into the wall. This is going to be chaos, I think, eventually, Carl.
Well, Richard, you mentioned the 51 is good on the long run, and there he is in the lead as we see 3 wide. Oh, there it is! The 0-2, Connor Berry getting loose into 3, coming out of 4. It looks
inside,
like he's safe.
yeah, slow on up top. Caution's out.
And
Reckon in 3 or 4.
Real quick.
Question of green flag pit zones right now.
The road is closed this time. Alright, so we're going to have
They're still right.
I was running the high line. That's all I'm saying. I'm like, uh-oh.
Richard, this is crazy. I know WSSR has a penalty.
You're still in the lead lap,
and
ain't you, Stitz?
that looks like
Yeah.
Okay.
if
All right,
there
good.
ever was one.
I think that is the definition
actually correct
of
now,
an ARCA
for a
break.
minute
That
at
was
least.
just, he came out of nowhere on our screen and just straight drove into that's the end, I think, for the day from both the 22 and the 02, which is sad to see for Connor Berry. He was up there swinging with the beast up there in front.
So we taking tires?
Now stay up.
Head on
Game
the ball. That doesn't
lefts
help,
only.
but then you ride along with the 22,
Alright.
coming into turn 3
Sound like a plan.
and just it doesn't look like slow down, just late reaction, no slowdown whatsoever, just drove straight into Connor Berry.
Well, here comes the big one.
Oh,
Yep.
that is not what you want to see for both drivers. That might be the end for Connor Berry's night.
Right into the right rear quarter panel of the O2 as we come back. Drivers, of course, are making their way to pit road. Vincent Sport leading him down, and right before the caution came out, Gavin Rogers able to snag that second spot. Ryan Kelly falling down to third, and here we are. Richard, we still are about 67 laps to go. There is going to have to be another pit stop. We spoke of that earlier about the fuel run. Honestly, the action is only just beginning.
Leave it on me, copy.
Again, we are still one stop
88,
away
87.
from this race.
Yeah, I do think there is going to be. I think there's
Either
still gonna be
84
one
with
more
a
green
spin,
flag
and I got
pit
47
stop.
optional.
I mean, yeah, you still have
Yeah,
a lot. They're
I
way
would
out of their
fix
pit
that.
window, but tires.
Yeah.
run
You're already back there anyway.
Or
Good job, guys.
pit stop like
Brian, I
that.
looked back at that
Everyone needed
the
tires,
replay, and
everyone
that was
so
some pretty
this
big
is more
neck
of
code.
a strategy pit, just the
Alright, so it's going to be 9293.
the field. But we're still going to have green flag pit
My-
stops.
my left-
Green flag windows.
I did.
Yeah.
Knew it.
It
My left
was the
rear was my.
slightest contact.
Okay.
Leading. Gavin Rogers wins the
My
race
left
off
rear
pit
was
road,
84,
taking
that was my worst.
Yeah, I was just trying to avoid
basically
sticks.
first position.
I might have gone up the track a little too far, but
So
yeah,
Gavin
I see
Rogers
what you
gonna be
mean.
racing up there for the lead again.
Well, and that just exemplifies how important a good pit stall is here at Auto Club. Gavin Rogers had the second pit stall. He's able to drive straight forward to the exit of the pit road, while the 51 qualifying in 16th kind of had to go around some drivers and get to his spot. And I think that's where the contributor of that change of position
33.
is. But yeah, I'm a little curious as to why the 73 of Malarkey is still on the list. He's trying to get a point. That's the only thing I can see. It's just maybe a point later on down the line. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit of an interesting situation. Justin Malarkey, he's been 30 laps since his last pit stop.
Behind the corner and
to be in
don't run me over out of two.
Very, very interesting restart here.
Malarkey stayed out.
Yeah, he's gonna. I think he's just gonna get blown away.
Oh my
by
God!
These other cars with fresher tires. I mean, 30 laps is a massive difference of tires, and we've seen even some of the likes of like Gavin Rogers and them.
All right, it's gonna get really interesting.
So, I think he's going to get just passed as if he's
probably a good call.
still,
For some reason, like in practice and stuff, when you're wrecking, you slam on the brake, it doesn't do anything. So if there is something up here, there's going to be like 17 ARCA penalties because you can't brake.
It's where we get a lot of our three-wide racing as we get ready to go into turn 3 with the pace car.
Like they just forget to put them on when they come here.
Unfortunate into Connor Berry's night. It looks like he's back on track with 2 laps down. So. Not terrible, it seems. He's got
can actually see the pace car, so.
But unfortunate still.
We're making progress.
Him up there in front as a rookie, swinging with the beast. So we'll see him back up front later in the season. I am sure of it. Connor is a fantastic driver. He showed that last week. The pace car dives to the inside, going down pit road as we get ready to come up to the front stretch. And we're going to crank it up for this restart, y'all. Enjoy the sounds of the sim as Gavin Rogers.
Oh, he's stacking it up bad.
Malarkey fires off. The green flag is out.
Working the bottom, 35.292. Still there.
Pretty sure he waited as long as he could.
Still inside.
Not sure what that was.
They're clear, clear. Inside, 2 inside. Inside 1, 2, 2 inside.
They say to me?
Couldn't tell if he said 50 or 15.
Clear. Inside.
Like, I don't even think I was around him or doing anything, so.
Still on the inside. Still inside. 2 inside. Still there. 1 inside. 42.713. Still inside. Still there. Inside 2. Same thing. Still there. 1, 1, 2 inside.
Oh, I was wondering where Malarkey is. He's on the outside.
Let me go. Proper.
Still there.
4.
In and out.
That's why everyone's on the bottom. I'm just making up free spots on the top
Still
here.
there. Door.
How is that a trade-off? I was going to run bottom.
1 inside. Only 1.
Yeah, but I'm like the bottom.
Still there. Quarter inside. 41.2.
You do strike me as a bottom type of guy.
Inside. Leaders running 40.741. 2 wide inside. Still there. Inside only 1.
Pretty
Still inside. Stay with him. There. That was a good job.
Pedrick Hunter kind of leading that group right there, trying to stay in the draft of Tarian as well, as the drivers, just excitement all around, moves being made throughout the entire field as they try to make their way back up and try to have that chance for the win here at Auto Club.
Oh, here we are, the battle for 16th of the 27-24 and the double 0-3 wide. And the 27 getting a huge shove down to the back there. But there we see the 13, the 9, the 16, the Kanata even down to the inside. These drivers are still side by side.
Still inside.
Richard, Gavin Rogers, he kind of burned up his tires early, had to fall back a little bit.
No, I think I'll stay here now.
Off and then charge back, and there's a huge move by the 11. Looks like it's the 11. But anyway, there's still 3 wide here through the field. Oh my God, that's 27.
One spun to the inside.
2 inside.
He's coming back up.
I'm getting bottom 3 laps.
Inside.
Bigging, not getting a little loose coming out of the turn and all the way down to the apron, but keeping the car straight, not getting back up to the field and wrecking. He's still on the track and running. Still has an opportunity to get back up to the field as he slots in behind Joshua Kanata now. But never want to see that, guys. Unfortunately getting loose, but being able to save your car and get back up to the field smoothly is definitely what can help salvage a good run. Drops all the way back to the 19th position, but you're about to go 3 wide as he takes 3 out of Joshua Kanata on the inside. He's not able to have the run. He's going to have to slot back in and try again next time around.
Yeah, Douglas Newbiging really struggling in the second stage. He was definitely a top 10, top 5 driver all through the first stage. Saw him get stage points, and he is struggling right now. But as we look towards the front of the field, even the 9 is Shane Terrian there in 12th position. He is driving hard, trying to get back into that top 10. We saw him
doing a good job, my man.
in the top 10 during stage 2. As you see him go to the inside, there's a lot of cars go to the inside. 77 also to the inside of the 2. Zachary Hall, we mentioned earlier, finally making his way up to 8th place and hopefully able to make a run to the lead.
Yeah, Zachary Hall is working his way up little by little. Sometimes it's 1 by 1 is all you need to do. You don't need to pass 5 and 6 cars at a time. But Zach Hall making his presence known, trying to get up there. He's finally up into the top 10. Trying to help out here, but just the Hornets nest back here in the basically 10th and 20th, just all right next to each other. They're 3 wide with James Scioli and Danny Cochran and Larry Yingling going into turn 1. Even 4 wide as Shane Terrian's taking it low as well.
Ben Campbell, it is absolute insanity. Oh, there they are, they make contacts. 4 wide coming out of turn 3. They still are bumping the 24 and the 2, trying to link up, trying to get that momentum, but the 15 of Campbell goes for the 67, trying to get on the outside, while the 11 of John Forbes Jr. tries to go to the inside. Danny Cochran cannot make a move on the 15 Campbell. There's just not enough space, and here we are, still 3 wide coming across the line.
Coming across the line, we're just under halfway through the race. These drivers are racing as if there's only 10 laps to go. They are definitely wanting to find their position on the track, get the positions they can, because again, like we mentioned earlier, we still have green flag pit stops to come up. They cannot make it on fuel the rest of this race. So where your position is when you're coming in for the green flag could mean a difference between a top 10 or a back in the pack finish.
Well, and on top of that, we're about 11, 12 laps on the run, and the weather here in California is actually very, very quite pleasant. It is quite nice. Air temp of 86, but track temp of 94. That's actually quite cool here for California. The wind speed a very calm 4 to 5 miles an hour going into the south here in the afternoon. It is actually very comfortable, and these drivers, the tires are starting to wear. They're starting to come into their own, and if you ran it too hard early on in the first 10 laps, you're going to start feeling it now. And we see now our pole sitter, the 6 of Chad Wilkes, in 7th position and under attack, almost 3 wide behind him. So, Richard, this far into the run, what are you trying to learn? What are you trying to figure out with your car?
At this point, you were just trying to get as many positions as you can. I mean, tires, we all know tires are going to run out about 30 laps in. That might be about the time they want to pit also. So this could just be running this car as hard as you can to try to get in the positions you need for that green flag pit stop. But these drivers are doing a really good job, kind of starting to just line up, getting single file right now. Everyone's just kind of chilling out. Still got a lot of racing to go. We still have just under half.
Okay, about 3 spun on the back stretch. They're blue when they
Auto Club. But these drivers are doing a wonderful job putting on a great show as we're riding around here with our pole sitter, Chad Wilkes. And yeah, he's doing a great job. Still holding on to the top 10 there. Getting past Larry Yingling there. But he's going to slot right back in, back up top. And Zach Hall making an appearance again. Trying to make a pass on our pole sitter.
You know, one car that seems to be action-packed 100% of the time so far is the 24 of Ollie Fonseca. He's stuck there in 15th. He's been as high as 10th, as low as
California
7th
wildfire.
in the past couple of laps. 3 wide, 4 wide. He's been literally in the middle of it all, and he goes again on the outside, and it's just absolute insanity the way these drivers are approaching this track so far, so long into this run. There seems to be a little more intensity ramping up. It's getting a little more tense on the track as well. So Richard, still 11 laps. I think these guys know where they want to pit, and I guess it comes down to who blinks first. Who pits first? You know the undercut can make a huge difference here at Stock Car Racing. When would you want to pit?
Well, again, they've only been out on the track for about 14 laps, so they still have quite a few, 36 laps or so before they can start thinking about pit stops. So still got a lot of racing to go. But at this point, it's a matter of, do you want less time on the pit road, or do you want to make sure you have fresher tires near the end? Sometimes the undercut can really help you get a good lead, but you don't want to be too far out in front, because if you don't have drafting help, that field is just going to catch you and just drive right by you. So it's all about timing. It's all about who you're going to pit with and who you're comfortable pitting around. So, but everyone's doing a really good job, just kind of taking a chill pill right now, just, you know, riding around. But Cody Reed up here doing great in the 3rd position. He's someone who's kind of moved his way up through the field as well. Our season opener winner at Atlanta. He was excited. Originally, Cody Reed was not going to run the entire season, but after winning at Atlanta, he decided, you know what, why not? Let's just run the full season out, see what we can do, and make a run for the championship, as he is running now in 3rd place here at Auto Club.
You know, Richard, I think winning the first race of the season would definitely motivate me to want to run the entirety of the season, and I think that's what Cody Reed decided to do. But not only that, we've seen a change of the guard. Gavin Rogers, who we last checked in on, was leading this race, now down to 4th, under attack by Vincent Soto for 5th. And Cody Reed in 3rd, like you mentioned, Richard. Ryan Kelly, the number 3 machine, in 2nd, and Nick Crawford again finding himself leading this pack. And once again, we've seen Gavin Rogers being this far down before. I'm starting to believe some of these drivers are thinking of saving, maybe playing the long game. But the reason I bring that up last time, Richard, is now, you know, the green flag run is 60 to 65 laps. Do you want to put that in half, 30, or do you want to try to use that full tank of fuel? Does that depend on your track position, how your car is running? There's so much, so many factors that go into the decision when to pit under green, or do you want to wait for that caution? It seems like a flip of the coin.
Well, fuel load is 48 to 52 laps, so we're about halfway through this green flag run for these guys on a fuel load at 18 laps right now. So, I mean, some drivers are probably going to hold out and try and wait for that caution, because, I mean, pitting under a caution is a lot less stressful and a lot less time lost than pitting under green. So, we might see some people roll the dice and gamble and wait for a potential caution, but I think for the most part, a lot of our top-end drivers, you know, are more consistent up-front drivers are going to look to start pitting around that fuel window in there. So, but some of these drivers could be potentially saving their tires a little bit for a later push in this fuel run. That could be the reason why they're falling back. But right now, they're just kind of chilling out, Kevin, starting to dive low there. And Cody Reed might be making a pass going into turn 1. Drivers are doing a really good job. This is some still exciting racing. Just watching all these drivers go different lanes in each turn has been just great to watch.
Well, and there have been some comers and goers.
You're starting to go.
Cars fall off. Rashid Terry,
yeah, it is.
I think he started this stage in the top 10. He has now fallen way down there in 14th. Really struggling, but Douglas Dubigny, another one of those drivers that have struggled in the 2nd stage, but other drivers that have been able to rise to the challenge. Vincent Soar getting up there, Cody Reed getting up there, Ken Campbell, he started not so far up there. He started actually in 10th, 7th, doing all right. Zachary Hall, last season's championship winner, doing all right there in 8th. I think the cream is rising to the top here, Richard, with a lot of these drivers who know how to run the long run. They're saving tires. They're not very aggressive. They're all trying to play a chess match against each other when to make a pass, when to give up a position, when to save tire, when to pit. We are seeing it all unfold right in front of us as we see a little bit of an issue between the 8 of Brian McCann, who started really up front of this field, and the 4 of Trevor Earhart.
Yeah, Brian McCann with an issue earlier in the race getting into the wall. He is still 4 laps down. Only car lap. He's the first car lap down. Like Cameron Thompson is. But Brian McCann still holding on, trying to just, not finish dead last, trying to, not giving up. And that's what we like to see. He's racing alongside Jared Hughes. So just trying to salvage, an unfortunate event where he had to get some damage repaired when he hit the wall. But he is not giving up. And he's got that campaign scheme of Brian McCann's is so cool. The split scheme of Dale Sr. and Dale Jr. It's so awesome to see that car out on track each and every week.
And I'm seeing a trend here in iRacing, the split schemes. I raced, Richard raced against one last night that was a really cool kind of Monster Jam, Gravedigger Hot Wheels, and then I know you and I have ran one with the GTP. I really like the split schemes. It really adds a little variety, and on top of that, it confuses your competitors. You don't know, depending on which side you're on, is the car color you're associating it with. So a lot of guys get confused, which I find it kind of funny. But yeah, all these drivers are running really, really hard and really close together. And right now, Nick Crawford is kind of carved out about a quarter of a second lead against Ryan Kelly, Vincent Starr, and Coda Reed. As behind them for 5th, it is side by side. Gavin Rogers falling further and further behind, falling victim to Zachary Hall and now Ken Campbell.
And even Chad Wilkes, our pole sitter, has fallen pretty far. He's back to the 23rd position, fighting for those of like Cedric Hunter. So he's been kind of falling off as well. Tires might have been trying to run too hard. And the tires might just be kind of failing them now. So this is where people have been learning, how hard can you run these cars to save the tires for these runs. It's a test moment right now for them, since they still got to pit for tires and fuel. So we'll see what they can do, if they can recover or figure something out different after the green flag pit stops. But Wilkes trying to gather back up and get back up there up front.
Well, we also have to take into that is right now Vincent Starr making a move on the 3 for 2nd place. So a lot of these drivers qualified between 40.5 and 40.7 seconds. That's how they qualified. Right now they're running about 41.6, 41.8 or so laps, and so there's about a 1.6 to 1.8 second fall off. If you pit, you're gaining all that time back, but you also suffered in the long run. With 78 to go, we're getting close. Oh, there it is! Zach Hall in the wall! Huge run, huge bump by Cody Reed on the 25, and I think that's going to be some serious damage for a Season 9 championship winner.
Unfortunate to see, but that's just turn for you. Zach Hall, just a hard hit into the wall. You don't want to see that. Just got loose. Oh, tried to save it. Just kind of snap back up to the wall. Zach's still up in the wall. Looks like he's struggling with that car. He might have some damage. Zach's going to be coming in to get some of that fixed, because he is fighting that car right now. Turn.
Oh, definitely. He was against the wheel. You can see how close it is, how much damage on the right front as we were on.
Yeah, sorry about that, Zach. I know you got the wall. I must have just ran you over there. It didn't feel like I was that close to your bumper, but I'm sorry about that.
But he was falling further and further back, and that is just absolute heartbreak for our previous season.
I don't even know if he touched me. I just busted my ass like an idiot.
Still inside. He's still spinning. Still inside. Very well. So he is still trying to keep that car
still inside.
One car pitting in.
Still there.
Just as long as he doesn't have a meatball, Zach might just be trying to wait for that caution to get some of that damage. So
still there.
No meatball on Zach Hall right now. So he could just be staying out there hoping for a caution at some point in time. We'll find out. No, it still doesn't look like he's aiming that car down to the pits. Nope, there he is, diving down. He's going to be going to the pits, get some damage repaired, get some fuel and tires, and see if he can salvage what has just happened. Unfortunate to see for our Season 9 champion.
Well, he's not the only one to come to Pro Road. As you see there in the background, there is, I want to say the 16 also pitting. He's the 18 also pitting. Not quite in the running, but that is Timothy Harper. We mentioned he started dead last and 43rd up to 32nd. He's pitting now, and this actually may be the break he needs to try and gain some of those spots early. And there it is. There it is. The 9 of Shane Terrian making the stop, trying to lock up the brakes and not speed on pit road. Rich, I think the start
Leaders
of
are
our
running
green flag stops here.
41.79.
Everyone seems to be on lap 29:30 of our pit road run.
Yeah, it looks like people are starting to make the call to get pit stops done. We've got 39 laps of racing left, so they are well within their window to pit. So now it's just a matter of how long do you want to run on old tires or how long do you want to run on newer tires. So we're seeing a lot of different strategy calls come out as we've seen a few drivers pit. We'll see if any of the leaders want to try to bite and try to undercut these pits as well, but it doesn't look so. They're all going to keep their nose up to the top of the track, round about turn 4, and still stay out on track and try to gain as much ground as they can on these cars that are pitting.
Still out there.
Well, look at this. We have a move on the lead. The 51 of Vincent Shore giving a huge shove up the front straightaway to the 3 of Ryan Kelly. Ryan Kelly absolutely confidently taking the lead from the 74 of Nick Crawford. Oh, he hits the wall, getting it out of 2. Nick Crawford is going to have a run. This is 51 of Vincent Shore looking possibly, there it is, side drive at the 74, and don't look down, but the 88 last week's winner of Drew Jua, also in 4th, just waiting for one of these drivers to make a mistake and ready to pounce.
Drew Jua not been a talking point at all this race, really. Up here now racing in the top 4, trying to make a pass and contend for the lead as he's going to look low on Nick Crawford, take it 3 wide of Crawford and Kelly to try and make a pass for the lead, and he's going to almost clear Crawford, not able to quite do it, but there's still 3 wide as they come out of turn 2.
Oh man, out of turn 2, 3 wide, now 2 wide for second place. Vincent Sora decides to give a nice shove to the 74. The 74 decides to go to the inside of the 3. Ryan Kelly, Nick Crawford definitely wanting that lead back in that clean air, but the inside line, he can't do it, can't carry the momentum. Here he comes, the 51 trying to make a move. Oh no, Juju in the 88.
Pretty sure I'm faster than Cody right now, but I'd have to pass him on the inside, and I'm not fast enough to do that.
41.806.
I believe in you, Ken.
Down to 4th, but now makes it 3 wide for second place between the 74
Side job.
and the 88, and just can't quite make the inside line work. Just like
I'm bad
that.
at many things,
What
and
a
that is
shake-up
definitely one of them.
position here, Richard.
Why these drivers are not giving an inch to each other as they are passing.
I'll leave the top open for you guys.
Trying to get to that lead.
Inside.
But we got Shane Terrian who's
Clear
just
inside.
having fresh tires. He's going to be trying to get his lap back here through these guys, but just everyone wanting to make passes at any opportunity.
I saw Shane throwing it in there, and I'm like, how the hell is he getting it to stick? But he's on new tires. That makes way more sense.
Laps on these tires, so doing a great job keeping these cars fast and keeping them straight. So, but great run by all these drivers in the top 5 as they all kind of looks like they've chilled out a little bit too wide from looks like 3 or 4 rows back.
It will stay with 8
Back
tires.
there, but the top 3 or 4 just in a line. But it looks like Drew Drew going to make another look to the inside of Ryan Kelly as he shoots low going into 3, and the caution is out. We've got a wreck in the back.
Oh, and talk about opportune timing for the 9 of Shane Terrian, able to get his lap back right before the caution on those fresh tires. We'll see if that hurts him, but honestly, Richard, with the amount of tires, he could possibly come back and
I
get
honestly
another fresh
said
ship.
something.
He himself only has about 3 or 4 laps on those tires, so you go back.
Well, we can make it to the end for sure. So,
of Chad Wilch, the number 7.
Wade, I'd stay out if I was you.
All together, look at that. We even see the 13.
Where did Malarkey end up?
The 16 of Kanata.
I imagine he's toward the back.
All the way in the back. I passed him.
Uh-oh.
Wow,
down.
Yeah. Oh, he had to pit then.
Yeah, no, it was naked for him.
Given what we see,
Got a bonus point.
that was actually just really hard racing coming out of 2, trying to stay low out of it. And I think possibly that the 13 was expected, or I'm sorry, the 7 or the 13 was expecting a little more room for the 20 to go closer to the wall, and that might have been the cause of the issue there. But otherwise, that could have been worse.
We're doing
That was
that
actually
check-up
very
bullshit
good
up
for all
front.
drivers involved.
Yeah, well done by the drivers, but it just looked like the 20 just moved down to track a little bit too much. I guess he didn't realize that this Douglas Newbing was that close to him.
Thank you.
Kind of giving some room to Cedric, but comes down, collects both Newbiging and Kanata, but driver's able to keep it out of the field and basically keep it straight. So the caution really coming out for the 20 of David Medina, just getting sideways there. But like you said, perfect timing for Shane Terry as he gets his lap back right as he passed the leaders. So that's great timing for him. Everyone coming in for pits. That's the probably
I
going
just
to
lost
be
about
the
7
last pit
spots.
stop of the race. Unless
So $3.
tires, if another
Just
caution
barely,
comes
and it
out.
looked like
Yeah,
I just
we'll
had to
have
back
see
up like
what
an inch,
happens.
and I had to do that 3
just
times.
Like last week, another late race caution comes
82,
out, but
84.
Go Mango, go Mango, hard.
the 9 of Shane Terry
81, 82.
marked as the leader.
88, 91.
Pitting earlier in the green fall run,
One
decided
set the tires.
not to come and
Oh
pit
man,
out.
that sucks.
Looks like Kanata is in front. There's a huge.
Alright, you're gonna have to come around
discrepancy
this
there.
time.
Richard,
Forbes
I
was
am-
speeding, so that's
I
one
am
back.
intrigued. Please explain.
A lot of
Yeah, I lost about
strategy
6 spots
here,
there.
But we're going to talk to Shane Terrian real fast to see what his feelings are after that one, because great work by him. But we're going to
I thought I slid in perfect, and it was like, nope, too far. So I just did that little bitty
Shane,
back
it's
up, and it
Richard
was like,
and
stick.
Carl up here in the booth.
So
We
it's
got
like,
you?
come on, dude.
Shane?
Oh, that sucks. McCann, Malarkey, and Zach aren't going to get their laps back because Shane stayed out.
Caution as you got your lap back right as the yellow came out. How you feeling after that?
But he was a lap down. I don't know.
But
He might be.
unlucky.
Oh no, it showed him in first.
Kind of hoping it's
Yeah.
So I'm on like, I don't know, 8 lap older tires. So
Also shows him on 34 lap old tires. I don't know that I
So
believe
Shane,
that.
you decided to pit early there
'Cause he was flying by us.
How's the car feeling? Was there a reason you wanted to pit there? Was it all strategy from the beginning, or is it just how you're feeling, how the car's feeling?
6-1.
I was committed to cutting this last one in half.
You're going to be coming around the 1. You're going to be coming around the 8.
But yeah, the track is interesting. I'm not sure where to run to save these tires because I ran bottom the first run and the tires were saved better. Ran bottom the next run, the tires weren't saved. I ran middle the next time, the tires weren't saved. So I got nothing.
Ooh, I see.
Well, Shane, still you're doing a great job. You've been racing with these leaders. You made a early pit stop.
If I get a
and now
top 10,
you're
this is going to be amazing. I've tried to throw this race every possible way.
Good luck, and I hope you can hold on to the car here, and look forward for a great finish to this race.
He's getting interviewed right now.
All right, that was Shane.
He literally
Terry,
just got his lap
everybody,
back right before the yellow
holds
came out.
lead. He's going to fire off the restart for the field.
Gotcha.
Sitting on 7 lap older
Thank you.
tires than the rest of the field. As he said, he was hoping
Yeah, I got
to
like
stay
4
green,
green
but
flag laps on
who
it.
knows? Maybe he might have something in the tank there. Maybe he can figure
Just a
something
heads
out
up,
later
I'm
in this
broke as
run
shit
that,
right here, so I'm gonna
he
try to
hasn't
stay low
found
for you
the
guys.
rest of the race. So, but getting ready to go green here as we get rounding turns 3 and 4. Ryan Kelly, Vincent Sora, Nick Crawford all around Shane Terry, and so we'll see if Shane can hold on here and run with these leaders.
Check the records.
One of our faster drivers.
Check his records.
As
Friends.
restart is up to him. Headed to the green
Don't.
Geico restart zone, and Shane Terry launches off and takes the green flag.
Guys running
with
35.
just over 30 laps to go.
And there he is with a great restart going into turn 1. The 51 giving the 9 a decent shove on the inside line. The one advantage I say that Shane has right now is his tires are a little warmer. They're going to come up to, oh no, there's a car on the outside line. There's a 25 Cody Reed.
YOLO.
Taking out the 27 as well. They
Thanks,
spread
Gavin.
out.
Good heads
Oh
up, dude.
no, our
Holy
pole
cow.
center, Chad Wilkes also taking out. That is
good
also
call on that one.
bring out the caution here on the lap.
I got another 4X from that, and I don't know how.
Crazy wreck
My
in
heart
the
just
back.
wrecked everyone.
Cody Reed up into the wall.
I still don't have
kept it
damage,
there,
so let's go.
But then Chad Wilkes, don't know how he got loose there, just dove, like
Holy
his car
crap.
turned
I thought we were
up
both
into
runners there. I
Cody
thought that was
Reed.
You said go low and I only moved down like one little lane.
Right
I
here in
didn't
the
know
front
enough
of
to
the
pass.
middle of the
I was
field.
stuck on the
Unfortunately,
wall.
Cody Reed here on the outside here on the replay.
Thought you were going to say you went down a lane and got killed.
Just puts
Nah,
himself
made
through
it.
the wall.
Oh.
Did a
Did
good
I do
job keeping
anything?
the car. That gets
Or did you
rear
just
ended a
get
little
loose?
bit there.
If I did make it through, then I blame you.
Well, yeah, that's.
Didn't realize I was loose.
You didn't tell me go.
I thought he was going to bounce back down low. That's why I told you to go low.
See, and then Cody Reed.
I had people to my inside, so I couldn't really. I had no line, nowhere to
And
go.
just an early caution right after the
And forward.
restart.
Picked up 3 spots on that, though.
Unfortunate run for Cody Reed. Was having a great run today and ends in heartache.
Definitely unfortunate, but Call it the commentator's curse. I was just saying.
Hey, Cedric, can you look at my iPhone real quick?
Y'all staying out?
When you're trying to get up through the gears,
Think
trying
about
to
going in,
accelerate,
topping
trying
off.
to keep up with
There's a little bit of damage where like your bumper connects to the fender or whatever,
It
but
looks like it's okay.
I don't know, I might scuff my tire if I turn left a little bit.
I would expect you to have maybe like
I need to change them out.
Not very much.
Calamity and carnage.
Crash tires, come on.
I don't know, it's better.
Yep.
I'm gonna stick it out
Under
here.
caution again.
Oh, we got one set left,
Looks like
alright.
Shantarian gets
Lucky
to
duck, I
a
think.
few more laps and keep.
Yeah, I mean,
Hopefully it just goes green the rest of the way.
Unrepairable.
I wouldn't mind that.
Damage. More likely, he didn't get any real
Now
damage.
Shantarian looking like a genius so far with his pit strategy.
Sorry to anyone else involved in that.
73. Got the lucky dog.
Just total skill issue.
Car coming to the
Another thing that
outside.
it's going to allow him to do with the caution coming out so early is being that his tires were a little older, they were a little warmer also than all the other drivers. So this will give those tires even more time.
Sorry
to
for
cool
the
off,
further
to
damage to you, Cody. I had nowhere to go.
See Justin Malarkey coming around with the lucky dog there, getting his lap back.
It's okay. The damage doesn't matter. My overcorrection nose burst into the wall. That was terrible.
But oh, it's gonna
Having
be
a pretty good race for
exciting
once
these last,
on just a regular track
seven
and
laps
fucked
of
it up.
racing. It's just winding down. The end of this race is getting closer and closer, and Shantarian just looking like a genius, like you said, Carl. Just up here up front, he's going to ride around these couple of laps and see what he can do when we get ready to go green again.
Exactly. The intensity is ramping up. Shane, this couldn't have worked any better for him. It does
Shane
look
only
like
had like
we
4
are
laps
gonna
on his
go
tires, but
green
that was
with
still a very
about
lucky break for him.
27 to
Getting
go.
a cycle on him,
And
you know?
so pretty much everyone's made their last pit stop. We're on the set of tires you're going to end up on, unless something happens, you get some damage. Track position has apparently been able to really
Mirrors, this race taking forever.
Ryan Kelly and Nick Crawford have been up in the top 5 all race long. They are with the less.
What's Pocono, 2.5 mile?
They have about 6 or so laps.
Yeah, maybe.
Tires on.
Yeah, I think it's the same as Daytona. Dega is 2.66.
42.52.
Now the 3 and the 74, their tires
Same
are
distance,
also gonna get
technically.
warmer. Do you think those drivers are going to
Well, this
be able
one's
to
what,
have
2?
a little bit of a better restart here as the lights go off on the pit
Yeah,
stop?
Michigan's 2.
Well, I think
And Pocono was like 30 laps less.
Restart
Yeah.
bonus here, I guess you could say, just because he can start whenever he wants to in that
A lot less
Geico
corners.
restart zone, so he's going to get the launch.
Yeah, that's true.
But whether or not everyone else can get the power down when he does, to be able to stay side by side with him,
All right,
it's
where
all
y'all
about
at?
timing. So
2 cars behind
a
you.
little bit warmer tires
Nice,
around
let's
him,
go.
so they're going to have probably a little bit.
Getting 2 top 10s in a row.
Gonna be as
Yeah, let's go, I hope.
but Shane
2
is gonna be
cars
able to go
behind
down to these
sticks.
cautions.
Let's go. Bring it.
He with a little bit of older tires, so we'll see how it goes. Definitely, Shane's going to launch really well, get up front, and then whether or not he can maintain that or the run comes from the outside from Ryan Kelly and Vincent Sora, who tend to work really well together.
Alright, hear me out, hear me out.
It's
Ken,
possible
go into turn 1,
might get the
take out
green
everyone.
down the back
I'll clean up the
stretch.
rest. Wade, just go take the win.
But we're going to give a quick shout out to our sponsors.
That sounds like a tracker or record.
It does sound like a checkers of records. Teamwork makes that dream work, baby.
Again, that's code
Keep going the right direction.
Alright, boys. Checkers records.
Checkers of records.
Checking the records.
Geico restart zone
We're
to
in.
restart this race. Shantarian
Gone.
takes the green flag as we head down the front stretch across the start finish line with a
We got a terrible start.
Inside 37.447. Still inside.
There it is, a 3 getting side by
2
side.
inside.
Turn 1 right there, you see those newer
Still there.
tires on the outside line.
1
Shane goes
inside.
up the track, getting into the door of the 3.
Still there.
74, crossing the nose of the 51. 51. There's a
Still inside.
Goes
Yep,
up.
there we go. And I'm killed.
No,
Save
Vinny!
a little fuel.
How could you
Damn it, I had a run too.
Hey, teammate finally got me.
I got required.
And there's
Oh, no.
No.
Diaz, I don't know, after Christmas.
If you're not killed, maybe it's not too much and you can stay out only lap.
Christmas. Hanukkah, come on now.
Shantarian got a little
Yeah, I
tight
love the,
coming out
doing-
of turn 2 as it got
I mean, it wasn't too that bad of a hit.
Everybody
bad for
kinda
another
drifted up the
competitor.
track, and Vincent Sora off the rear bumper.
At least you're not
Heavy
finishing
impact
40th.
to the inside wall and cars scattering. A few other cars got involved there, but that was a hard hit for Vincent Sora. Crawford
Ryan took the lead
got,
from Shane there.
got into the wall a little bit, which kind of got Sora turned a tad. I think he might have gotten a little push as well. And just cars scattering.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like Ryan is like sometimes just randomly stupid fast, and other times he'll just be like a top 10 guy.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's times that like you can't touch him.
That's what I'm saying, like he's just stupidly fast, like randomly.
No, Monica.
So, tires?
Lady Luck.
That would be a strat.
Oh, I'm sorry, Bill. I'm not even paying attention
to his race, and he did.
I don't want to do back to front for the third time today.
The only way that would work is if like you ride around to make sure that you don't go a lap down, and then people come in for like a green white checker and you stay out, and your tires are still somewhat cool. But
for Ali Fonseca showing a little bit of damage. We have quite a few drivers.
could you imagine if you wouldn't win on it, but you might get a top 10 if you control the restart and they wreck like. Alright, that's not too bad.
So we have Cody Reed
with 3 minutes of
damage.
30 minutes?
Yeah, 28 with 3 minutes.
that is bad. You're gonna get back out on track and then it's gonna blow up.
After this wreck.
What happened?
I was put 3 wide. I got a little loose and kind of ping-ponged in the middle between them.
This race all of a sudden turned on its head.
Like the wreck to that, to the after wreck to the wreck.
Not having to worry about the cars in front of him.
Yeah, stuff was going so fast. I saw him going low, but I was like, I don't want to call that out, and then, you know, that mess y'all up.
No, look. Now the 74, Nick Crawford looking to pounce.
Was it the initial thing, them going low, that got you, Wade?
Creeping up there in fourth.
I had someone. I was
still
on the
really well up there in the
middle,
top 5. He has been
close to the wall, and then someone decided to put it on to the right side of me.
Unfortunate end to Vincent Sora. That is just another race that he is just involved in a wreck. And he is one of our faster drivers. Just to see him not have a good start to a season is just very uncharacteristic for someone like Vincent Sora. So I hope luck turns his way in 2 weeks. He's definitely looking forward to this Thanksgiving break next week. I don't think he's ready to get back out on track after this start.
No, Vincent Sora has definitely had a uncharacteristic start to the season. Very rough, very demoralizing in a driver of that position, and it's very unfortunate to see a driver of that talent, of that speed,
You're next, buddy.
not been able to show that, being last in points, being kind of the caboose of this whole WSSR freight train is just unreal to hear.
And I feel like I've been around Danny more this season than I have like the other seasons combined.
Know what is going to happen, and
we're always right beside each other.
Car looks like Ryan Kelly decided to choose the outside on this fresher.
He caused me to wreck earlier.
On the inside, but has the 74 behind him. We are in for a whole bunch of action, folks. Don't turn away.
Yeah, we're about to shoot back off again.
It's funny you say that. I'm always around Cedric.
The leader does get to choose inside or outside lane. So Ryan Kelly opting to choose the outside,
and I'm right behind him.
For the restart. It will be under his control.
All right, leader is on the outside line, so I'm not going to have a good look to tell when we go.
He should be able to get a great launch off the restart, get ahead of Shane Terrian. Hopefully Shane Terrian doesn't get tight like he did last
I'm on the inside, so I'll try and... Did he's on the inside or outside?
Outside.
Not in each other's doors this time, but
I'll try and see if I can see.
Yeah, it's easier for me to see the inside line from where I'm at.
We're lined up, we're ready to go.
I can tell you when we get in. But
all right, for the folks that are behind me, I've got a really tight right front. So once the cups fly,
checkers are records
down to the bottom.
Checkers are records.
Oh well, I'm already in the records. Records.
We're in.
And there he goes, Ryan Kelly with the launch. Restarts this race with just over 23 laps to go.
Ryan Kelly with a great start. Looks like the 9
Must be hard to keep going.
Not going the way he wanted. Stuck to the inside line. 3 wide. Going for 4th position. The 77, 74, 67 all together. Gavin Rogers, we haven't spoke his name in quite a while. There he is, making the power move on newer tires to the outside around the number 9. And now he's going to solidly cement his way in second, looking to set his sights on that 3 car in the lead.
Steve ain't here.
Second place, eyeing the rear bumper of Ryan Kelly. Shane Terrian still holding strong there in third position. There 2x2 all the way around, and even 3 wide back there for the 5th and 6th position. It's Danny Cochran, Ken Campbell, and 77 of James Scioli. As Scioli gets around, Danny Cochran still stuck in the middle of the 3 wide.
And this is a battle for 6th. Danny Cochran
That
cannot
clears
get
your
a break.
car
Getting
good to go,
squeezed by the
or
double zero. There it is. 77 sorry. 77 decides to go to the outside. Ken Campbell lining out that front end. But here we are. Again, the 77 of James Scioli trying to make a move on the inside. That 2 just surviving slowly. Ever so slowly creeping his way up into the top 10 and hopefully into the top 5, as it looks like the 9 is going to make a move on the 3.
And while we were talking about this group in the back, there was a change for the lead. Gavin Rogers able to get around Ryan Kelly for the lead, but now he's going to get challenged back on the outside by Kelly and Shane Terrian on the inside. It's not over yet for this lead position, as he's going to maintain it now. Shane Terrian back able to get up there into the 2nd place, slots in right behind Gavin, but Larry Yingling and Nick Crawford side by side going into turn 3. Nick trying to make a move on Ryan Kelly into turn 4 here. They're 2x2 throughout the field in the top 10, as Gavin Rogers going to lead this lap also, as they get 20 laps to go here in Auto Club Speedway.
Shane Terrian with the draft, but here we are. We are lined up the top 5 single file on the outside. Here we are. Nick Crawford also trying to make a move on the 15. Ken Campbell finally made his way up into the top 5, trying to make his name known. And it looks like the 9 of Shane Terrian also even. Oh my God! Newbigging, sorry, Doug Newbigging, making an issue down on the backstretch, and there it is. It is action everywhere, as we see the 2 also 3 wide on the outside. It looks like Doug's struggling, but there's the 13 on the other side of the spectrum, trying to make a move. Oh, we have a car around the 77 of Scioli down the infield on the grass. No caution yet. He is still trying to get going.
James Scioli takes a ride down through the infield dirt track.
Back over on try slow.
The caution does not come out.
But he's rolling now.
We are still green flag racing, and a lot of these drivers were hoping for that. I guarantee you, they love every driver out here loves racing. They don't want to sit here and pace. So the caution not coming out, that's a great thing for us also, as we have great racing to show. These drivers not giving up. They are still trying to get up there, get to the lead, as Shane Terrian still trying to challenge for the lead on older tires. Got a run on Gavin, but not enough. Going to slot in behind and just follow him through 1 and 2. Gets close, but nothing. Larry Yingling coming into the picture with Ryan Kelly, also his teammate. Shane Terrian closing that gap, though, trying to get the run down the backstretch. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to get it. Gavin still maintaining in the front with Larry and Ryan Kelly fighting for P3.
And Gavin has to know, Rogers has to know that he's fighting a car with older tires. If he can just keep Shane in behind him, then he knows he should be able to manage this race. But here we are, Danny Cochran, he has fought. Danny Cochran has fought from the 20th position all the way up into 8th, really trying to make a statement here, trying to get these points, make a run for the championship. Over here side by side, looks like a little bit of contact between the doubles there with the 15. Even the 74 in front of him, and the 88 of Juju also getting into it. Fisticuffs between the 67 also. And
sorry, Thomas. I was trying to close the gap, but I wasn't trying to step in the wall or anything.
All take, no give. We are going left and right. We are swinging for knockouts, Richard. There is no doubt that these drivers are giving everything they have out on the track.
And the doubles here of Brian Noel is definitely one of those drivers, as he is up 29 positions from his starting position of 38 up here in the top 10. Noel doing a wonderful job from the back to the front all race, staying out of trouble and challenging some of these drivers, trying to make his way up into the top 5. Doing a great job. He was getting a little fendery there with Ken Campbell, but just fantastic work from Brian Noel to move all the way up through the field. As we are riding along with Nick Crawford, they are still side by side and fighting to get into the top 5 up here. It is just side by side racing, no inches given by any of these drivers. Everybody is striving for that win here tonight.
Richard, I think you need to trademark that. Fendering. I think that's trademarked. So that's exactly what we're seeing tonight. It is unreal the amount of inches that these drivers are giving each other, yet here we are seeing smoke, seeing some bent fenders. An absolute fendering is happening tonight going into 3. And here we are again, Gavin Rogers in the lead, followed by Shane Terrian, Brian Kelly, Larry Yingling, and Nick Crawford running up the top 5 as they cross the line, coming to 14 to go.
Brian Kelly trying to get low to get.
You could not fit a McDonald's with seat between up there, BT.
Larry just stuck on the inside.
They said
He's
clear.
finally able to slot back up, but just lost a few positions there as Danny Cochran's now trying to challenge Larry.
No, you did. It was close.
And still side-by-side racing and passes happening for this top 10. They're just showing us all the excitement tonight. These drivers putting on a show for everyone watching today.
Oh, not a doubt. And here we are, and obviously with Gavin Rogers and those newer tires can still not pull away from the older tires of Shane Terrian. 6 laps older tires, but also Ryan Kelly on the same strategy as Gavin Rogers, on the same strategy. Oh man, huge block by Larry Yingling to try and keep the 2 behind him. Not only are these drivers desperate to make passes, they're also desperate to keep the positions they have. As we are seeing the extreme blocks going, Shane under attack by the 3. Oh no, the 16 of
One spin on the back.
He locks it down underneath the race surface, keeps it out of the wall, and I think we're going to stay green, Richard.
Another driver losing it coming out of turn 2. Unfortunate to see, but doing the right thing, holding the brakes down and down on the apron so the race stays green. Still no caution. Some drivers probably hoping for that to happen, but Gavin Rogers was not one of them as he's still up front leading this race. This race is getting exciting. It's already been all race anyway, but they are still side by side in this top 10 as Nick Crawford trying to take the low line, maybe get a little draft to Ken Campbell. No, he's going to slot back in as well, but Brian Noel here leading this small group of cars, and Douglas Newbigging making an appearance again back up here, trying to challenge for the top 10 as well.
And as this top 10 battle's going, Ryan Kelly makes a move. Oh no, there's contact! There's Greg the 14! They are crashing down the front straight with Douglas Newbigging, and that brings out the caution with 12 laps to go.
The dreaded caster curse just happened. Douglas, I apologize.
Little slider on Danny. I don't know if I was clear or not.
That was unfortunate to see. It looked like Brian Noel got a little high, and the 14 got into his fender and got loose and drove down into Douglas Newbigging, which is what brought out the
I think the big one just happened.
Unfortunate to see, but
there's at least 4 or 5 cars.
When you guys are racing for every inch on this track, Douglas Newbigging there trying to have low.
You gotta come in.
Underneath Brian Noel.
Yeah.
Brian Noel's going to come high.
Dude, it's a very fast fall off here.
Just right across
and we've been 14 laps.
I'm staying now.
You can, but I don't think it's going to work.
Looks like it.
It ain't gonna work, especially with my broken right front tire.
The race. Carl, do you pit for tires or do you just stay out there and track positions key?
It depends on where you are. If you are already up front in the top 5, I don't see how you can pit. Even if you are Shane Terrian and you can't pit, but it looks like Shane is pitting for those tires. He's going to lead most of the field.
Yeah, not many stayed out, so.
Interesting. I definitely.
I have been on that end of the strat so many times. I was like, I've got to come in. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But
very interesting.
Got people that'll yell at me.
10 laps to go here. Right away. At your mark.
I'll yell at you for now staying out.
No, I'm going to give you a bump. Oh,
that is a lot more drivers than I expected.
Super slow,
to go
but
down
I was
pit
like,
road
I'm
also.
not going to go over.
That could mean the difference on who wins this race or not. So, I mean, this is going to get wild. Stay tuned, everybody. Do not exit out yet. We still have 9 laps to go, and over half the field has fresh tires.
We're out of tires.
Carl, do you think those fresh tires are going to matter now?
Now watch, there'll be a green-white-checkered. They'll come in and get tires and pass everybody with their last set.
The leaders up to 8th place of Brian Noel are on 24-lap-old tires.
I think there's too many of us.
9th place right now
I just pitted.
tires. I think.
No, I could be wrong.
Agreed, but if all of us get in a wreck.
Perfect spot to snap
true.
on strategy and on tires, and with What do we got? It's 10 laps. We're going to go green.
Yeah, this is going to be something.
I think Shane is in the
So who's the first car on
to
Freshies?
steal a win from the rest of the field.
Shane in
I can agree
P10.
with you. Shane electing the pit, leading the field basically down pit road. Shane might have just got the call that he wanted to
honestly
make
don't know if the inside or outside is
going
to be better on Freshies though. Probably inside.
They're going to be holding the outside, so
we're going to have to go to the inside, yeah.
Yeah.
Difference from their fastest
starting on the
laps,
outside.
more than likely on fresh tires, compared
Maybe
to
we can get a
30
run, though.
plus lap old tires. So
And
those
dive it
cars
into
in the
three.
back, yeah, they still have 9 cars that don't have new tires up in front of them. They still have to get around them. It's still not going to be an easy task. Gavin Rogers, though, the lights are out on the pace car. Gavin going to left on the inside to restart this race.
You're going to have to come around the 19.
Carl, not many laps to go. This race is about to get
fourth spot spinning. Not bad.
Oh, Richard, the gloves are off. It's over. We mentioned no give, all take earlier. I think it's amplified itself by a factor of 5. It's going to be all take. There's going to be no room, no quarter given. We're going to see 4. We're going to see 5 wide in the middle of the field. I'm calling
follow
it right
Shane
now.
as best I can.
Especially with Shane Theron. He's going to be
But
starting
I don't
on
have
the
the short
outside
run
line behind
speed
the
that he does
0-0.
either,
Brian
you know?
Noel. That outside line really works on the restart.
I'm
We're going to see
entering
the
faster
9
than he is. I know
try
I'm
to
in
make
trouble.
a bull's charge to the front and take the circuit flag.
I know, everyone was diving it in there that last run. I was like, am I doing something wrong? Like, am I not supposed to be saving a little bit here?
Well, I've had speed the whole time by backing up my entry, and then it's like, nope, you ain't backing it up this time.
About to get wild as we come through turn 3 and 4. Brian Noel, who was involved in the last caution, not a lot of damage to repair apparently, as he is
Kevin
still
is
in the top
leading.
10,
He's
sitting
on the
7th
inside,
position. 31 spots up, one biggest movers so
Checkers.
I'm gonna let everyone know again that whoever's behind me,
Checkers and wreckers.
right foot damage is not turned very well, so
Dude, wrecking this point.
As the pace car gets ready to dive to the
That's a
pit
spirit.
road here, the cars are coming around the front stretch. Gavin Rogers leading them into
And-
the Geico restart zone. Gavin,
Gone.
green flag is out, and Gavin starts the race off, and we are back under green racing.
Ryan Kelly had an absolutely horrible restart and could not get going. In fact, he got to get passed by the 88 of Drew Dua, last week's Pocono winner, and he's also possibly going to get passed by Nick Crawford, and we are 3 wide further on back, and it is on, Richard. We have 8 laps to the checkered flag. The 2 of Danny Crocker making a huge move for 4th. It is going to get wild, crazy. And there's Shane Terrian on new tires, going up to Larry Yingling. Brian Noel making a 3 wide, pinching the 38 of Christopher Norris down. Shane Terrian going 3 wide, still there, 3 wide, down to the wall, through the front straightaway, crossing the start-finish line. Remaining 3 wide is Shane Terrian.
Still
3
there.
and 4 wide, these newer drivers trying to move their way through the field, and that is a name we haven't really talked about all race. Christopher Norris, another abysmal start to the season, being involved in wrecks, and he is up here in the top 10 now. Christopher Norris doing a wonderful job on these newer tires, sitting 7th, trying to make his way forward as we ride along with Cedric Hunter, who is also looking to have a strong run running up here as well.
And here we are, Ryan Kelly, Nick Crawford, Danny Cochran. Oh, the 77 cars in the wall. We are 3 wide again. Shane Terrian trying to make moves. Ryan Kelly slowly falling back here as Gavin Rogers still trying to run away with Drew Drua. Caught on his heels. Nick Crawford also. And there is the mess. 4 wide again going into turn 1. And no wonder they're really trying.
Hang on there, Ken.
2 wide outside, no hole.
Second, oh no.
15 to 38 to 77 down, Frankie
There
on
will
the
be a
back
caution.
lane, and here we are.
I mean, you just shoved me the whole corner and then shoved me.
Massive wreck on the back stretch. Cars going
Hold on
3
to
or
it,
4
baby.
wide, coming out of
I made it to that,
I've got repaired, or I've got.
I'll tell you what, I just had one of the wreckable.
I've got required. Yep. Did I go up or did that come down?
You got hit.
Mine.
Someone got loose, someone hit the wall, someone bounced off them and came up, down and clipped you.
Yeah, man, come on.
Also
Awesome.
getting involved in that.
Yeah.
Another strong driver with massive damage.
Are you in the pit suite or are you on track?
I'm on.
Hey guys, can we like catch the field?
I was curious because I just smacked the absolute crap out of the wall, but I think I'm okay.
Looks like just
If I hadn't gotten loose, none of that would have been a problem. I should have gone higher. There was enough room high. I just kept trying to force
behind
low.
him getting spun around as they're close to each other as well, and just causing the
Whole damn
fan
race,
out
man.
of everyone. Almost nowhere to go, which is hard to say.
Gonna have absolutely nothing to show for it.
Another handful of drivers back down pit road to get damage and tires. Oh, this race is getting wild and nobody is giving an inch. So we'll see how it is. Gavin Rogers, he's probably looking forward to these cautions to wind these laps down. We're more likely going to be in a natural green-white-checkered as we got 5 laps to go forward as he comes over Ross, but another huge set of cars coming down pit road. More damage to be fixed, but Gavin,
whole
looking
race
for
and
these
nothing to show
cautions
for
for
it.
those newer drivers to not be able to move up and challenge.
Coming at you, fellas.
Sucks.
Top 10 away.
Oh, we got
5 away. That's your mark. Now, straight in here. Stop on your mark.
Yeah, there was nothing you could do there. That was just a chain reaction
We'll
of
fix you up. Get you
people
better.
bouncing off each other.
Got 25 required.
third, Danny
4
Crocker
minutes
fourth,
optional.
Shane Terrian still holding strong up there in the 5th.
25 seconds.
you 16 seconds.
25 seconds,
Kelly
yeah,
in
and then 4
third.
minutes.
Trevor
optional.
Earhart.
I actually just said that. I have no fucking clue. I guess because everybody's decided.
I still have like 2 minutes, and the car seems to be fine, but
I still got like a bit of damage, but we're digging.
I believe.
Okay.
you won't get it down to 2 minutes.
Norris came down and hit me
We got Chris
with
Stitz
all that going
make an
on.
appearance again, back up in the top 10. So we got race report. Had 8 cautions tonight for a grand total of 19 laps.
I mean, he
of
was wrecking.
cautions.
I'm not saying he did it
13
on
lead
purpose.
changes and 97 green flag laps. So it's been a wild race.
I think
for
you
sure.
wrecked
A lot
him.
of cautions have been in short succession. So cautions,
Well, if
green
I hadn't got
cautions.
loose, I
Let's
wouldn't
hope
have been
we
back
can get
there,
some
so
more
it's my
green
fault.
flag racing here. We're going to have some green-white-checkered racing coming up here for us.
Yeah, that's my fault.
Oh,
I gave you a
definitely. We're
bump.
4 laps to go,
Sorry about that,
and you know, you mentioned Chris Stitz up there in 10th.
Oh yeah, to your
we
point
haven't
from a few
mentioned
laps
that
ago,
car
Norris.
all
I don't know
night
how.
long.
I knew it was.
He's been
I knew it
just
was
kind of
risky.
biding his time, just sitting back there. But now, with all the damage, with all
here,
the
go.
carnage
Go,
that
go.
has kind
Good
of
job, Andrew.
unfolded
Go,
in
go.
these
Hard,
last
hard,
few laps, he's been able to work his way to the front and make good work on some strategy. Even the 50
Oh shit, I didn't know we were on 1 already.
we saw him involved in some wrecks
We're gonna
earlier on,
restart
and he's
behind
in the
the
top
double
10.
zero.
So it
Yeah,
just
sorry.
really this
No,
this leader has leaderboard.
I was watching, so I mean, I knew that
and it's exciting
I was
to
making
see
it
as
out
we
in
go
time. I
3
just didn't
laps
know.
to go. And Richard, we are
Yeah,
going
it's
to
a quick,
come
like 3 laps here.
to a natural green-white-checkered as the lights on the pace car are out.
Lights on the pace car out. Yeah, natural green-white-checkered. So that means we'll come around. We'll have 2 laps to go. The green
Tell me,
flag
let
will
77
come
by,
out.
but
Next
he's
time
so
around will
slow,
be the
that's
white
not gonna
flag.
happen.
Pending any caution, as long as the drivers take the white flag, there will be no cautions after, and the race will be official.
I can slam the wall after that. I'm really hoping I just don't go into the corner and it just doesn't turn and it turns too much.
Overtime attempts, so it'll be the same thing.
Doesn't feel
We'll
broke,
have
but
3 attempts at green, white, checkered. Any caution, any flag before the white flag comes out, they will re-rack and redo it again. As long as they take the white flag, the race will be official. So the race is on to try to get to that white flag lap. Gavin Rogers will be leading
Looks
them.
like he'll be lining up behind the
He
19.
is one of the 5 drivers in the top 10 that have 30 lap old tires. Shane Terrian is the driver with the newest tires that are the highest up in the 5th position. So let's see if Shane Terrian
Start cleaning those tires up.
what he's got left on those tires to move his way up and try and challenge Gavin for the win. The pace car is now off the field. The flagman has the flag in the air. Gavin to the Geico restart zone. And the green flag is out. Gavin fires off with a great restart right up front. And we are underway with 2 laps to go.
A magnificent start of momentum for Gavin Rogers as he arcs into turn 1 through turn 2, uncontested and unafraid as he walks his way out of the exit of turn 2 with everyone behind him going side by side. Oh, huge momentum by the 11 going 3 wide down the back stretch. He started on the outside, was able to gain the momentum, exit low on 2, and make a pass. That was very, very impressive for the 11 of John Forbes Jr. Continues to move his way up through the pack, but right now it is clear sailing for the 75 of Gavin Rogers as we see some cars contact the wall on the exit of 4, and Danny caught
Bad totally there, Cedric.
42, 26,
That's
8,
great out
6,
You're not going to ring the tire?
outside.
by Freaky Fast Broadcasting.
That is the white flag. Gavin Rogers, one lap to go, leading this field exactly once he wants to see. The cars with the newer tires are trying to do everything they can to get up front. As the 14 spins around, we have 2 more cars into the wall. Looks like it's Earhart and Scioli possibly stints. Gavin Rogers, though, I don't think he's got a challenger coming out of turn 4. Gavin Rogers with a 3/10, 4/10 lead coming out of turn 4. Rogers back on top with the winner in Auto Club here in season 10.
Now time to announce my revenge.
There you go again.
There's a 75 drifting.
Hey, P13.
Drifting his celebration.
I just
P20.
I got P5. Let's go.
Hey, moving your way on up, dude.
A little bit better than that.
Back-to-back third place finishes, and here he is. He stands atop the
I stayed floored through that,
after a night of carnage.
Hey, man, you dang all over, 73. You just dang.
Rogers has
I
been
didn't have
chasing
anything
that
for
win
2 laps,
again
restart.
since he just barely missed it
Touch it
from
on fire.
season 9's championship race.
Man, if I
And
just hadn't
here
got
he
loose,
is,
I would have had a top
races
5.
in, finally
Oh, easily.
back on
There was-
top, falling just short. Also last week,
I think all the slow guys were still up front.
But that
Yeah.
is Gavin Rogers, your
Or the old
race
tires, I
winner
should
for
say.
tonight
I didn't
here
rode
at
the wall like
WSSR
Herbie.
Cup Series at
Catch
Auto
me.
Club Speedway.
Too bad I went for the win.
Back with you guys as we get ready to talk to the top 3 drivers for our post-race show. Stick around.
We'll see that last lap, and then bless you. I did not know we were 4. I was like, I know we're 3, but why is he so low? But we were 4, and I didn't know it. Gained a lot of spots there. A lot of spots.
Was there a big wreck?
Oh, right before the start finish. Yeah, go look at it. Yeah. All right. Well, that will do it from here. I don't even know who won. Congrats to Gavin on the win, Drew on second, and Danny for finishing out the podium spots. We should have been up there, but we suck and got loose. Ended with a P20, but Stitz brought it home for Storm Motorsports and finished P5. And where you at, Wade? P13. So, good night for the team, just bad night for me. We will do it again in 2 weeks. So, that'll do it from here. Thanks for watching.